So I hear there are more boxes outside. Must be delivered to the mailbox? I'm gonna need shoes for that. There's my package. The rest of my mail. It is a beautiful day out here today. Considering it was well below freezing yesterday. So this has been running all night. Everything looks good, no puddles on the floor, but my auto top off has more water in it than it did when I set it up. So obviously the siphon brake isn't breaking siphon. Anyway, other than that, it looks great. Let's open this box. Maybe, hopefully soon, I can finish cleaning this room up. Put all these tools away. So this is the packaging on this. You know, whenever you see this metal stuff, you get something that needs to be refrigerated. So that's Purple Helix Coralline algae in a bottle. And I ordered this from the same place I ordered my rocks from, but my rocks aren't here yet. So I think I'm gonna have to put this in the fridge and hope it survives. Yep. That's before 3/8/20. Okay. Should be able to use it before then. Okay, I missed this earlier. It also comes with this purple brush and instructions. Holy crap, instructions. Not used to this in saltwater applications. But I'm gonna read this and pick the video back up once there's something I can actually do. All right, here's something strange. That thing was leaking like crazy yesterday. It was leaking there too. It is not leaking at all today. I know salt can fill up micro voids and stop leaks, but I wasn't quite prepared for that. So I don't have a lot of YouTube followers at the time. I have a couple. But I do have one guy that commented and let me know that you put filter floss in here, which I now have filter floss in there, and that behind these little metal things that were on the door, those are the adjustment screws. So we're going to adjust the doors. Okay, so it's been about 24 hours since I added my bacteria starter. So now it's time to test the water for the first time. So I got my test kit out and let's start testing. Alright, so now all the tests are complete. pH looks good. Ammonia looks pretty good. Nitrite looks spot on. And nitrate looks good. So I don't know if that stuff is just that good at cycling a tank, but definitely tells me I need to calibrate the probes on the Neptune, because it's showing a lot less than 8.0 on pH. So, but I never calibrated out of the box, so that's probably my fault. But I don't know if I should be getting this perfect result this early. Time will tell. Okay, so I decided to calibrate my Apex probes today because it was past time. And what I'm finding is it's a lot like everything else with this Apex system. There's not a clear explanation anywhere as to how to do some of it. The salinity probe's pretty easy. You just take the probe out of the tank, or if it was never in the tank, but you have to dry the probe completely. So you dry it off, let it sit a couple hours, you know, maybe even towel it off, shake it out because it's got a couple of holes in it, but they're fragile, so don't bang it against anything. And then you float your salt solution, your probe calibration salt solution, in the tank where the temperature probe is, and you insert the tip in here, following the instructions on the Apex as you configure the probe. And you're going to see some of that because I'm going to calibrate the pH sensor, which is this blue guy right here. And that's where it got really confusing, because you see videos and they don't really explain to you what's going on. So I'm going to do you one better. So first of all, I'm going to take some RO water here. That's going to be my rinse water. And yeah, let's get this out here. All right, so we pull the pH probe out, and it has this tip on the end of it here, because it's brand new. So what you have to do is remove this tip. If you can see it there. Doesn't come off easy. Yeah, it's like I'm pulling a vacuum. I need to break the vacuum. All right, I'm gonna be back with the toothpick. Okay, I'm gonna use this toothpick to break the vacuum. There it is. And I'm still squeezing it out. But there. So what this cap is, it's for shipping, and it actually has pH solution in it, which is what this stuff is, a calibration fluid. This is 4, which is too low for the tank, which is why the tank has been sending me errors since I plugged in the sensor. But we're going to set that aside, and they say save that in case you need to ship it, but I don't know how I'm going to not lose all that fluid and accidentally spill it somewhere. Anyway, so we're going to rinse off our tip, which isn't necessary, but we're going to do it anyway. And then before we put it in the calibration solution, we're going over here, and we'll go back from the beginning. So here's how you get into it. It's the same thing for salt. Click the little setup icon on the page there, and calibrate. And it's got a bunch of steps that walk you through what to do. Salt was, like I said, basic. pH is going to be pretty basic too, but again, they didn't really explain it in the videos. You know, a couple of them said to take off the tip, but never explained what the tip was. So you're gonna either throw the tip away or not, or save it for later, but it doesn't go back on the probe. So now we do the easy stuff. Click automatic calibration, press calibrate to start. We're going to use the 7.0 solution. Now let's go put the probe in. Back over here. Put the probe. got like fangs on it, so it's catching the edge. It's probing the solution at this angle. And we'll just find a way to stand it up. There we go. Find a way to stand it up while it takes its calibration readings. There we go. So now it's taking its time and it's making sure that it's reading 7.0 pH. We'll see how long that takes. And there it goes. Now we hit next. Place probe in the high 10.0 solution. So here's the high 10.0 solution, and we'll open that up real quick. Set that there for a second. Take our probe and the calibration fluid. Move the probe from the 7.0. Rinse the tip out real good. And then place it in the 10. We can get it to open. Now we got it in 10. Same thing, kind of stand it up. Back to your whatever you're controlling it with, PC in my case. And the timer goes again. There we go. So it is now calibrated. Yeah, so it's reading 10. We can go ahead and remove our solution. Move our probe from the solution. Give it another good rinse in the fresh RO water. And drop the probe back in. As you can see, I still got the salt in there. You just want to make sure, because the salt reads by temperature. So when you do the salt, it has to be the same temperature as the water. So you want the temp probe. So you want to calibrate your salinity probe in the same area as your temperature probe. So since the packet might have been different, and I'm warming this tank up as we speak for the live rock bacteria cultures, I wanted to make sure that it was keeping a stable reading as the temperature increases. So I'm going to leave that in there maybe another 20 minutes. Then I'm going to pull that one out and put it in and get my real salinity reading. Let's go back over here. And that's what my actual pH reading is. 7.89, which is exactly right about what I got with the test kit, with the chemical test. Just what I was looking for. So I'll catch you back when I'm ready to put the salt in and get my actual salt read. I think we're about ready to remove our salt probe from the calibration fluid. And here we go. As with the other probe, I'm going to rinse it off in some fresh RO water. And then we put the probe back in. I won't need this chip clip here anymore. And let's see how long it takes to notice the difference, because I guarantee you there's some salt in there. And it should be more than that. I think. I don't know. Maybe it's going to take a minute to settle out. But temp's getting close to where I want it. You can see I turned it up today. Turned it way up. And I still have no idea what ORP is, and I don't think anybody else does either. Alright, so we're going to double check it with Old Reliable here. Freshly cleaned and rinsed. What does it say? Take it over here to the light. It says I'm a little... right around 29. Which they use a different reading for the Apex. But 29 should be like 34 or something like that on the Apex. So let's see if it changed any. Still saying 17. Which doesn't make sense. Alright, so now it's reading 24.3. We're just going to keep our eye on it. Make sure it keeps rising. And the temperature has not peaked out yet. I forget what temperature I'm going for. I think like 78. Yeah, anyway. That's what we're doing. That's going to do it for this episode. Be sure to subscribe and come back for the next video where we're going to have the aquascaping going in. I did that today, so you're going to see that for sure in the next video. See you then.